This evening on House and Home, our besta mum Miriam cooks up some besta tuna crostini. Dr. Ambi joins us for the mental health segment. PNG Fire Services talks more on fire safety. And Bill Neal of Brian Bell showcases another great quality buy over at Brian Bell. Hello again, and so good of you to join me for another production of House and Home on PNG's #1 station, MTV. Well, you're all probably wondering where I am. I'm in the Room family's backyard, and we're here to witness and learn a thing or two on the traditional mumu the Highlands way. The traditional mumu is made in almost most parts of Papua New Guinea and around our neighboring Pacific Islands, where it's known by another name. Most mumus I know of are cooked underground, whether it be in a dug-up pit or on ground level and covered up with hot stones, copper bags and soil, or something similar that'll trap the heat. But before we get to all of that, let's head over to our House and Home kitchen where our besta mum Miriam awaits to cook some besta tuna crostini. We'll see you a little later.
It's the tastiest tuna in a can. It's the new Besta Tuna Chunks in 185 grams. Packed with 100% premium white meat goodness. The finest export quality tuna is now available nationwide in oil and brine. Besta Tuna Chunks and Bestia, proudly PNG made.
Good night everyone. Welcome and thank you for watching another Cooking with Besta. For tonight's recipe, I will show you how to prepare Besta Tuna Crostini. In front of me we have 2 tablespoons olive oil, 2 tablespoons red onion minced, a 1/4 cup of minced bell pepper, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon, a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, sliced cucumber for dressing, 1 ripe tomato sliced to garnish the crostini, and our sliced French baguette, plus our main ingredient, Besta tuna chunks in brine or oil. Firstly, we add in our onion, our bell pepper, we add in our tuna chunks, lemon juice, pinch of salt, a pinch of black pepper for taste, and we mix all our ingredients together. Once our ingredients are well combined, we use our Glad wrap to cover, and we refrigerate for approximately 1 hour. This will allow the flavors to combine. While we wait for our mixture to refrigerate, let's prepare our French baguette. We bring out our baking tray, line up our French baguette. We brush the French baguette with our olive oil. We add in a bit of pinch salt on our French baguette for taste, and also our black pepper. And we put it in the oven to bake for approximately 10 minutes. Okay viewers, our French baguette is now ready to be removed from the oven. As you can see, it's really nice and crunchy. Our crostini mixture is also ready, so we'll now remove from the refrigerator. Okay viewers, we'll serve our French baguette. We'll add a little bit of mayonnaise on it. Continue to do this until all your French baguette are buttered with mayonnaise. We'll add in our crostini mixture. serve onto your French baguette. Continue to do this until you finish all of the French baguette. Okay, for the dressing, you can add on your tomato. And your cucumber on top. And here you have it, Besta tuna crostini. Thank you for watching and hope you join me again same time next week on Cooking with Besta. It's better, it's Besta, pride of PNG.
It's the tastiest tuna in a can. It's the new Besta tuna chunks in 185 grams, packed with 100% premium white meat goodness. The finest export quality tuna is now available nationwide in oil and brine. Besta tuna chunks and Bestia, proudly PNG made.
Those make perfect finger foods to enjoy at a cocktail gathering or to cater for any type of function that requires finger foods. That is one recipe that is cost-friendly, not so time-consuming to make, and very easy to prepare. Now this month is Cancer Awareness Month, where Daffodil Day falls on the 23rd of this month. Therefore, after the break, we join Dr. Ambi on the mental health segment, talking on cancer and mental illnesses associated with cancer sufferers, and even those that are affected by cancer, such as family members and close friends of those diagnosed by cancer. Stay with us as we have that and more to come on the making of a traditional mumu Hagen style.
Hey, hey, Mr. B.
Good evening and welcome to another Brian Bill segment on House and Home. I'm your host for the evening, Bill Neal. Tonight I'm accompanied by Brian Bill stalwart, Mr. John Tokunai. He's the go-to guy for anything agricultural and as such is the authority on grinders. The products we are going to showcase to you tonight are products that tick a few boxes and are perfect for a wide range of customers, from people in town to people in the village who predominantly live off subsistence living. One thing that I've certainly noticed, and I'm sure John has too, is that the Brian Bell customers that come in buy very specific products. For example, a customer came in the other day and instead of just buying a replacement light bulb and frame, he went and bought the starter and some unbeknownst to me product that serves a very specific purpose. The reason for this is that he's going to do it himself. Many of you watching right now know a jack of all trades, master of a couple, right? Kind of same. Me, I'm uncle Lumi lo place, and fitman lo make him walk lo car, and lo bush mechanic straight. Same time, money I'm carpenter, na part-time electrician. You see, we Papua New Guineans are ingenious at making something out of nothing. The products we're about to show play to this characteristic or national trait, if you will, that we possess. It allows us to 1. Make boring meals exciting, 2. Generate an income, and most importantly, add variety to what we eat. They don't need electricity to run and are relatively cheap to buy. The two products we're going to show off tonight are: this sturdy piece of equipment is a Survival Arc grain mill, hand grain, seed and flour mill. It grinds all grains using its stainless steel burrs. It produces everything from fine flours to coarse cereals. It comes with a few attachments. Comes with a nice, easy to use, ergonomic long handle, a grinder with a change of teeth so that you can go from powder form to your chunkier form. And it can fit on most working benches.
Time using finish, blow washing tasol, na cleaning, na drying, na finish.
Okay.
Ino gat by lasting a long time.
So you play the finish, Father John Tokunai and talks about finish, the whole cut all features, lo is la Survival Arc mill grinder. So now, so you think to lo make some peanut butter, come down lo Brian Bill na bang. Faraya by line yet lo making personally, huh?
Yes.
Kind of
straight. I'm Mr. Ogre time.
Now, the second product we have is this here, the meat mincer. As I said earlier, these products are fairly self-explanatory and very easy to use. The simple design, and it comes in a range of sizes. It just depends on your application or your end use.
Okay, thank you. Well, display. Legally machine, I'm also, we talk finish, I'm grinder.
Yeah.
Emblong, you looking on bolt 27 nit here?
Yeah,
clamp long and you hook him on it lo table. Okay, isi lo you hook him on it lo table. Okay, you cut him meat finish. Desla mouse pelongania. Okay, you swim all meat on set.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Na you swim all meat on set because you hook him finish. Na emi you bolt him na emi go lo strong finish lo table. So you swim the sol na you adjust him the sol na you grind him meat now. Okay, na meat by on set lo desla one eme. Look him some teeth belong is tapia.
Rotary something in the tanim na.
So eme tanim na by making meat go mal again.
Okay.
All right, na he come out long despla or ligli hole here by come also more lompla. You know, so this or ligli thin one by come out. Na em by come up also mince meat na.
Okay.
Yes.
M shape lo mince meat.
M now. Shape lo mince meat.
Okay, now we clear.
M easy long. You can work him also meatball. Or mixing one time all kumuna. Okay, kake. Number lo working soup. Long all merry picnic na family lo kake. Tingin.
Just me fit man lo cooking kan picnic stuff na. Okay, Farah, thank you, Lodisla. By me gonna show how to make some meatball.
Yes.
Right, man.
Okay.
While John's busy slicing and dicing a few odd bits and pieces over there, I'll take this opportunity to say a few words. There are a few reasons as to why these products should be on your to-buy list. Right now, there is a big push by government for individuals to start and own small businesses. There is funding available at institutions such as the National Development Bank for such activities, and agriculture is and will remain an important factor in our developing economy. The recent SME Summit in Madang is a testament to this. Combine this with Papua New Guinea's natural ability to create and generate profit, and you have a situation where the proactive will be rewarded. How many people do you know own more than one business on a small to medium scale? Kanusem, one plamanem ronim PMV lo miren goron lo groka, same time I'm salim ol pig, na same time I'm salim coffee. One time story. Okay, how many people do you know have more than one job? The first job being their bread and butter, and the second job just to supplement their income. Because as all of us know, living in the cities now is not cheap. A growing trend that I see at Brian Bell currently is that people are purchasing products that will directly make them money. For instance, 3 separate customers came in and bought 3 Eskies. One used his big 200 quart Esky to store his daily catches before he returns and sells them at the market. Another woman bought one for her marketing, where she sells drinks and ice block, and the final customer bought one so that he could keep his fresh meat before cooking it up at the market. This trend is undeniable, and now we have these products that can maybe assist you in supplementing your income. They will certainly add variety to what you consume and will not cost you anything to run because they are manually operated. Now, Farah, you walk straight lo stop all night want to listen peanut and make it can bang the noise play. You like making one and something straight.
Okay, son. This like you look him. And me walk around some skin blow peanut here. Peanut you me roasting penis long. Okay, now one blow walking peanut butter.
Okay.
Now one plus something also peanut is the blow get a half. Oh, get a half look up on the peanut. You know how to look. So peanut and big plus something. On top of this low ingredient side. You don't need implant something. Lo walking peanut butter meat talk long. Salt. Okay, sugar. Na butter. Na samla oil.
Okay.
Vegetable oil. Okay, time you kiss him la peanut, you put him in gonzalo mouse plongenia, or call him hopper. Or la roasted peanut, yeah. Okay, em now lo tan him now. Lo him peanut butter. Tight him good finish. Em the slab lo adjust him. Lo on him kind peanut by come out.
Hey, em look this one.
Okay, and peanut butter, you look in awesome. People are grinding finish now. It's a plate here. Okay, lo put him some legally ingredient, lo give him taste. By put him some legally salt, legally sugar, okay, legally oil, awesome. The butter awesome ito finish here. Big plato mas legally. Awesome. Alright, bien, you mix him now, you turn him. Okay, time you turn him, you taste him liglig, lo tongue blow you. Lo feel him. Now and come up through or some peanut butter now.
What are the benefits of making your own peanut butter? No preservatives or trans fat oils. You won't have to travel or pay for your peanut butter, and peanut butter is expensive. So this can really save on money. Also, in the money side of things, it can earn you a little bit of money as well if you produce and sell. And it's better than just spreading butter on your Whopper biscuit, isn't it? Now I'm going to fara JT by showing you how to make him sample meatballs using different old meat. You sabe adding variety lo kai kai blue. Mipla by using pork na beef, adding sample ingredients to impla na mipla by making meatballs. Okay, meatballs and nice percentage you fit lo serving on them pasta, you fit lo serving on them rice, make him hamburger loem or potato like blue. So if you know fit lo believe him this la talk now we make him lamb. Okay, you scale him try. Now we're making meatballs. We dice the meat up, grind it through the mincer, spit it out, and then you mix it with appropriate ingredients. Place it in a frying pan for 3 to 4 minutes on each side depending on what your preference is, and then paper towel dry. Then you can serve it up to make a delicious meal. And there you have it folks, a few delicious meals made possible by these manually operated grinding and mincing machines. It's manually operated, sturdy in material so it'll last for as long as you take care of your grinder or mincer and use it how it was supposed to be used. Allows for variety in your cooking. Your imagination is your only limitation. Think small business. Think deliciously spiced or interesting meals. Great products, great prices. Think Brian Bell.
Me hope you will learn him some good plus something to help him sit down lo family blow you. Thank you.
Thank you Farah. Lo 70 minutes night. Ogat online. Look you next week.
Best price, best quality, guaranteed at Brian Bell.
Right on, Mr. B.
Those grinders do make life a whole lot easier. Very useful for those who make tapioca cakes to sell or those who make a living from grinding farm produce in general. We join Bill Neal once again next week over at the Brian Bell Home Centre, so don't miss out on that. Just to make another mention, if there's anything you'd like to see again on this particular episode of House and Home or past episodes, please log on to our website www.mtv.com.pg and you may watch it there. Stay with us as we unearth the mumu and take a look inside.
Welcome to another mental health segment with our House and Home. I'm sure viewers you have learned a lot of mental health and related other issues to improve our quality all these years. But today I think we decided to come out with a very interesting topic because when a lot of our loved ones throughout the country are suffering from cancer. And I thought this will be a moment for me to sit down and think about how we could help our population to improve the quality of life of a person who is suffering from cancer. There is an organization called World Federation for Mental Health. They have done a lot of work, and during the World Health Day every year, they do come with some points or topics to improve our knowledge. Well, when I looked at in 2010, the World Mental Health Day topic, they were talking about the importance of mental health in relation to chronic illnesses. And when we look here today, we are going to talk about the cancer and mental health. There are a lot of studies have shown that about 1 in 4 people with cancer, including all triplaman or pikinini or even teenage people, they experience some kind of mental health problem during the point of their identifying or diagnosing cancer. So symptoms mostly they come out with to talk about the lack of sleep, the loss of interest in their lives, and anxiety. They get very irritable and annoyed, and loss of concentration to what they are doing, And in severe cases, sometimes they love to harm themselves or even kill themselves. And all of them are what is going to happen. Emi go lo one pla road lo bagarapim quality of life. So this la time me like thinking Mosem, unfortunately, many of our people with who has got cancer and their family members, they do think if you are depressed, that is normal when you are having diagnosed with a cancer. But let me tell you, it is otherwise. It is not really appropriate. It is important for all of us to understand, to ensure the person who is suffering from cancer is not suffering with some kind of mental health problems. Now, one blood Dr. Mary also Dr. Michelle Ripa and Emblo Psycho Oncology, Emblo Michigan Cancer Center. We come up also with the research and talk lo all relatives lo all man Mary suffering cancer. They always said, often patients tell me that dealing with the emotions of the cancer is actually harder than coping with other medical problem. So it's when you have a cancer now behind you kisimol narpla physical problem, dealing with that problem is okay, but dealing with your emotions, dealing with your pain in your mind, it was very difficult for person who is diagnosed with cancer. So now, why not? It's important that we must treat these people, diagnose these people with cancer. If they have any mental health problem, we must treat them, because the recent studies, and we talk also, the untreated mental illnesses, if you're a cancer patient and if that person is having mental illnesses, and what happens at the end of the day, that if you're not treating that mental health problem, the length will increase, the length of staying in the hospital will increase, and also hamper effective, that the effective of the treatment also will be tarnished, and also ultimately the reduce the chance of survival. So important good through lo yumi must family, parents and all those caretakers should make it a point to tell their doctors about the emotional feelings. When you suffer any kind of cancer, you must talk about it. And if you feel depressed and anxious or confused, always ask yourself and ask help. No can think mosem emi normal, but you must ask about the from the doctor and ask for treatment and get your help for those symptoms. And it is also important for doctors or nurses who are treating a cancer patient should be also must also think law asking all patient who has got cancer to talk about their mental health problem, should not feel shy or anything, must take an important notice to it, now help him all. Because according to the researchers, also that we found out in America, the Cancer Center, one of the most debilitating side effect of cancer is the depression. And that comes with it. Okay, so the depression is one of those important thing, because that is the debilitating and really gives you hard time. And depression is unfortunately is not recognized very easily, under recognized condition in patients fighting cancer. So important through lo you must think mental health of a cancer patient is very important. According to the researchers, the person with cancer, the depression, can get treatment for the mind that ends up with being a huge help for the body. So if the mind is looked after well, the body also get better. And also we must remember, we must have you will have the cancer treatment, the other like any other treatment for cancer from the cancer doctor, and ask for help, because you must have a good social support and also mental health treatment. It can improve your lifespan, and also it can also fight cancer and get your immune state much better. So all viewers, I'm sure on the next segment we will be continuing with the cancer, especially the emotions in the cancer, and to take home message, then in order to produce a most positive outcome, it seems that clear that cancer, no matter what happens, should not be treated in isolation. Those who have got problem, mental health is a concern, should not receive, but always receive good, careful and good treatment by the physician or a psychiatrist, and all the family members must support these patients. So until next segment, I would ask all viewers to take care and God bless you all. Bye-bye now.
Up next, Inspector Shimon from the PNG Fire Services talks more on fire safety.
Good night, viewers. Welcome to another segment of Fire Talk. In this session, we will be talking about teaching your children about fire safety. All children need to know about fire safety. There are several aspects of fire safety that can save your child's life. Teaching your children about fire safety is as important as teaching them not to walk into traffic. Take the time to teach your children everything they need to know in order to stay unharmed, alive in case they are caught in a house that is on fire. Tonight, we have a special guest who is a firefighter from New South Wales Fire Brigade, Australia, to help me drum these points to you. Welcome aboard, Timothy.
Thank you, Simon. Mihama Mastru.
Stop, drop and roll. This is one of the first things that children learn about fire safety. The idea is that if a person's clothes catch on fire, they have to have good instinct. The natural instinct is to run to try to put the fire out. That only makes the fire much worse. The instinct has to change through training. Teach your child that if his clothes catch on fire, to put out the fire, they have to stand still, drop to the ground, and roll around. The most important thing for them to know is that wind or air will make the fire worse than it already is. You have to smother the fire in order to put it out.
Fire drills. It is important for the family to practice an escape route from the home. Children need to be taught how to get out of a burning house. Where at all possible, make sure there are 2 escape routes in case one route is blocked by the fire. The whole family needs to be aware of how to escape. Practice your plan at least twice a year and do a walkthrough exercise with the entire family to check your escape routes.
Hot doors. Teach your children how to feel the door to see if it is hot before they open it. This one small technique can save their lives. They need to understand if the door is hot, then the fire is too close by for them to open the door. Opening the door will likely create a vacuum of air that will make the fire much more out of control than it already is. Children should be aware of touching the closed door. If the door is hot, do not open it. Walk towards the window so that emergency workers can easily find them.
Never hide. You must, above all other things, teach your children never to hide under beds, in closets, or anywhere else. Fire is a very scary prospect for anyone, and children have the instinct to hide thinking they will be safer from the fire. The only thing this does is put them in more danger. Emergency workers will not be able to easily find a child that is hiding somewhere when there is a fire. Smoke can fill a room very quickly, and this isn't only dangerous for the lungs, but firefighters and everyone else will not be able to see very far ahead of themselves. Children need to be taught to stay in as clear a view as they possibly can so firefighters can easily find them and rescue them from the fire.
Stay low. It is the smoke that kills, not the flame. Teach your children that smoke floats to the top of the room. The lower you are, the better your chances you have of avoiding smoke inhalation. Teach your children to crawl to the door or window in order to get out of the room.
Avoiding fire situations. There are some things that children are often likely to do that can actually cause a fire to occur. Teach your children never to play with lighters. Doesn't matter if it is a child-proof lighter or not, children easily figure things out. Small children should never use the oven or stove when their parents aren't supervising, and this includes the microwave.
These are the most important things to teach your children about fire safety. Children will be much more likely to survive a fire if they know how to take care of themselves without an adult around to tell them what to do. Teach your children about fire safety so you will never have to worry about whether or not they can handle themselves in an emergency situation. For any information regarding the content of this topic, visit your nearest fire station. I am Inspector Simon Zagiba.
And I am Firefighter Timothy Buckland Kerr.
Remember, firefighting starts with you. Prevention is better than curing. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Inspector Shimon, for sharing those important pointers there with us. And to add further, it has been quite windy lately, so if you're needing to burn rubbish, etc., light your fires when it's not too windy, where the fire can most likely get out of control. Also, respect your neighbors. If there's laundry on the line, don't light those fires. There's nothing worse than having that horrid smoke smell stuck to your wet laundry. Now with me, I have Mr. Menimbi, who's here to talk a little bit more about this much loved traditional dish, what you're about to witness being done the Highlands way.
It's Mount Hagen Mumu. Pig killing and all this, there's so many ways you can do it. I mean, so many occasions where you can do it, but the main ones are when somebody dies, when you want to name somebody, when you have birthday parties. It's, underground or in the ground, you know, we cook the stones, banana leaves, the stones, then, you know, cow, bananas, kumu, everything, and then the pig goes on top. But normally when we do the pig, we don't want to put in other things like chicken, because then it differentiates the taste. So we would like to have pig in one on its own, yeah.
As mentioned earlier, the mumu is quite common in all regions of Papua New Guinea, and the similar or same process of the dish is also done around the Pacific and is known by another name. Now Mr. Menimbi is going to talk us through the process of preparing the mumu and then show us how it's cooked. But before we do that, we'll head off for a quick break and return with the mumu making the Highlands way, so don't go too far. Welcome back. Just before the break, Mr. Menimbi explained in brief on the tradition of making the Hagen mumu, and now we're going to witness the making from the preparation stage right through to the finished product.
It's Mount Hagen Mumu. Basically, it's done in Hagen Central, all over Hagen. The taking off of the skin is just about complete. Once that is done, it's the men take it to operate on it. All right. The woman, now they prepare the other parts that, or the ingredients that go in the mumu. So that things like cow, taro, bananas, all that lot, and then it's all prepared by the woman folk. And it's normally prepared ready on the side, and once the pig is ready and the pig has been you know, cut open, operated and completed, and ready to go into the pit, because then after that the stones have to be heated up, so it's another process again. So then it will complete that part of the preparations, and then the mumu part will come in later. After the stones are ready, the pig has been operated, the other cow and greens and all that are ready. Let's say it's like an operating theater, you know, so the guy who is in the pit ready to cook, he will say, stones please, so they will bring in the stones. And then they will say, cow please, and they will bring in the cow. And then say, greens please, and they will bring in the greens. So the guy doing the mumu basically sits there and calls out what is to come in next, and then normally the head of the pig is the first thing that goes down. It's the thing at the bottom of the pit, and then followed by the backbones, no, but the other things like cow and all these things, the inner parts of the pig, and then goes with cow, banana, because the main body of the pig is the last part that comes on top.
Now that the moo is in the
And
ground?
then they put it that way because once the pig is cooked, the fat, it drops down onto the vegetables, the cow, everything. So if we put it down at the bottom, the top things are all dry, you see. So, so you will see when we go through that, the top of the big body of the pig covers the rest, it's the last part on top that covers everything down here. You know, normally in Port Moresby where it's hot, we put in the moo for probably 1 hour and then plus, and then we take it off. But like again, like I said, it depends on how well the guys who do it. They will know. They said the stone has been very hot, so let's take it out. Yep. So it's basically the guys who do it. They will know when to take it out. But it goes for 1 hour plus, and then we take it out.
Now that the moo is in the ground, we'll take a break and Bill Neal will join you shortly for the Brian Bell segment. See you soon. Well, what can I say? PNG is so diverse and rich in its culture with a smorgasbord of traditional foods that is cooked in so many unique ways. We've come to the end of our show, but next week on House and Home, our besta mum Miriam adds cheese to the menu, making besta cheesy tuna, and Bill Neal shows us another side to Brian Bell and explains why they're so unique. Have a great week, keep healthy, be energized, and I'll see you all next week. From all of us here, we bid you good night.
Good night, PNG.
Welcome back. Earlier on we watched the mumu preparation and watched it being put in the ground to cook. Now we unearth the mumu and have a look to see how it all turned out. And I have to say, it's smelling divine. The aroma has filled the air and no doubt has everyone's tummies doing somersaults as it smells fantastic. Well, what can I say? PNG is so diverse and rich in its culture with a smorgasbord of traditional foods that is cooked in so many unique ways. We've come to the end of our show, but next week on House and Home, our best mum Miriam adds cheese to the menu, making best a cheesy tuna, and Bill Neal shows us another side to Brian Bell and explains why they're so unique. Have a great week, keep healthy, be energized, and I'll see you all next week. From all of us here, we bid you good night.
Good night, PNG.